Hi everybody, I'm NeoLag and this is Digital Wave. This is our first deck tech, and today I'll show you my Tiny Leaders deck. My commander is Anax and Cymede. Has First Strike, Vigilance, and Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Anax and Cymede, then creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain Trample until the end of the turn. So it's pretty good. We're going with the Voltron, punchy face, try and win the game as fast as we can type. We're going to go through the deck fairly quickly. There's a lot of cards to cover, so yeah, let's get going. Mother of Runes, great. Pay 1, tap, give control, or creature you control gains protection of the color of your choice until the end of the turn. Brimaz, costs 3, white, 1 colorless, vigilance. Whenever Brimaz attacks, put a 1/1 vigilant cat creature token on the battlefield attacking as well. And whenever he blocks, you do the same thing. So you attacking, blocking, 3/4. What else can you ask for? Frontline Medic, this will probably get sided out. It's 1 white, 3 colorless, 2 colorless. Has a battalion trigger that makes your guys indestructible. You can also sacrifice him to counter a spell with X in its mana cost. Marian Crusader, 2 white, 1 colorless, double strike, protection from black and green. Black. Marian Crusader, 2 white, 1 colorless, double strike, protection from black and green, 2/2. Can't ask for more. It's awesome. Silverblade Paladin, 2 white, 1 colorless, with the Soul Bond ability. As long as it's soul bound to another creature, both creatures have double strike. Boros Reckoner, nobody wants to have anything with this guy. Whenever he's dealt damage, you get to do damage to another creature or another player equal to that same amount of damage. You can also give him First Strike. Costs 3 hybrid mana. It's kind of mana intensive, but really worth the ability. Elite Inquisitor, 2 white, a 2/2, First Strike, Vigilance, protection from vampires, zombies, and werewolves. The protection doesn't matter as much as the First Strike Vigilance. It's a great 2/2. Isamaru, 1 white, and he's a 2/2. I mean, you get a bear, but it's a dog for 1 white. That's good. Figure of Destiny, he's cost 1, he's a 1/1, he's super shiny, and so the glare is really bad. But you can pay 1 hybrid mana, red-white, to make him a 2/2. You can pay 3 to make him a 4/4. You can pay 6 to make him an 8/8 flying first striker. So if you get that far, that's awesome. If you don't, he's still good anyways. Monastery Swift Spear, 1/2 with prowess, has haste. So it works really well with our heroic because they're getting twice the counters. You get the prowess trigger and you get the heroic trigger off the commander. Goblin Guide, 2/2 for 1 with haste. Whenever it attacks, your opponent reveals the top card of the Goblin Guide. Whenever Goblin Guide attacks, your opponent reveals the top card of their library. If it's a land card, they put it into their hand. Otherwise, they leave it there. It costs 1. It's a 2/2 with haste. I mean, it's awesome. It does have a bit of a downside, but who cares when you're getting in damage on turn 1? Vexing Devil, costs 1. He's a 4/3. When he enters the battlefield, any opponent may pay 4 life. If they do, you sacrifice him. So you get a better lightning bolt for the same amount of mana. Seems good. Sensei's Divining Top. It's great. You pay 1 to play it. You pay 1 to use its ability to look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them back in any order. That's awesome. Yeah, it's great. It's a staple for EDH, and is probably now a staple for tiny leaders. You can also tap it to draw a card and put this on top of your library, so it gets to save itself. Spirit Mantle, 1 white, 1 colorless, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has protection from creatures. Our commander has vigilance, so all of a sudden our commander is just like 10 times better, and we just triggered heroic. It's awesome, isn't it? Madcap skills. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0 and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. That's awesome. We love it. Like, our 3/2 just turned into a 6/2, but we also triggered heroic, so now it's a 7/3 that can only be blocked by 2 or more creatures. And it has first strike and vigilance and trample. Oh my gosh. You could throw double strike on that thing and it's like game over. Spear Heliod. Cost 3, white, 1 colorless. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Also has this ability right there. 2 white, 1 colorless, tap. Destroy target creature that dealt you damage this turn. Leave some mana up. Nobody's going to attack you. Because if they do, their guy's going to die. Legion's Initiative. White creatures you control get +0/+1. Red creatures you control get +1/+0. And you can pay 1 white, 1 red. Exile Legion's Initiative. Exile all the creatures you control. Return them back to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next combat. Oh my gosh, right? Like, and they gain haste. So if you exile them on your turn, they come back at the beginning of combat with haste. You know, it's awesome. You get to save your guys, so that's why this is in here. Also because it's an anthem and makes our guys bigger. Gift of Immortality. Enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, return it back to the battlefield. At the beginning of the next end step, return Gift of Immortality back to the battlefield, enchanting that creature. So they just keep coming back and over and over and over and over again. I've never really actually used this card, but it's kind of nice to know what's there, but I also might side it out. This and Frontline Medic. I don't know. I haven't got there yet. I might. It's still on the fence. I also might side this card out. Browbeat. It costs 3. 1 red, 3 colorless. 2 colorless. What? It's tiny leaders. Everything's going to be 2 colorless. My bad. Anyways, it says any player may pay 5 life, or any player. So basically, you get to draw 3 cards, or your opponent takes 5 damage. Still, I'm not even going to try to explain it. That's either way, it's good for you. Elixir, or God's Willing. I almost said Elixir of Immortality. So give your creature protection of the color of your choice until the end of the turn. Scry 1. It saves our commander. It saves any of our value guys. So might as well keep it. Scrying 1 is pretty relevant, especially in this format. Emerge Unscathed. Another protection spell. So target creature gains protection from the color of your choice until the end of the turn. And it has rebound, so it gets to recast itself next turn. So not only did we just trigger heroic, not only did our guys just get bigger, but our commander gained protection. So our commander is getting through. They're going to get the damage done. Artful Maneuvers. This says target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. It also has rebound, so we get 2 spells for the price of 1. That's awesome. So it doesn't matter if you play it on your turn. It doesn't matter if you play it on your opponent's turn. All that matters is you're getting 2 heroic triggers. All your guys are going to get bigger for a second. You know, it's awesome. I love it. Enlightened Tutor. Search for any of those artifacts, any of those enchantments. Reveal them, put them on top of your library. So basically, it's like you just doubled all the. You know, you got 2 Spirit Mantles instead of 1 now. You know, it's awesome. You gotta love it. Boros Charm does everything that you want it to. 4 damage to a player. Your creatures gain indestructible until the end of the turn, or target creature gains double strike until the end of the turn. That's awesome. Marshal's Glory, costs 1 white, 1 red. Target creature gets +3/+0. Target creature gets +0/+3. Just double trigger heroic. Your guy just Anax and Cymede got like stupid big. Assault Strobe, it's a sorcery, it costs 1 red, target creature gains double strike until the end of the turn. You have to main phase it, but when you're going to get in 15 damage that turn, it doesn't matter. Titan Strength, target creature gets +3/+1, scry 1, it costs 1 red, it's an instant, so play that on the commander. All of a sudden, our 3/2 just became a 4/3 and 5, 6, 7, 7/4. Did I say that? Yeah, 7/4. That's pretty good. Give a double strike, it's game over. Speaking of double strike, double cleave. 1 hybrid red-white mana, 1 colorless. Target creature gains double strike until the end of the turn. Burn spells. Magma Jet, 2 damage to target creature or player. Scry 2. Scrying 2 is pretty strong in this format. Lightning Strike, 3 damage to target creature or player. Lightning Bolt, 1 red mana, 3 damage to target creature or player. More removal. Oh, also sometimes, if I've already triggered heroic once or twice on my commander already, depending on what I played, oftentimes I'll just use these on my commander to make the rest of my guys bigger. So something to think about. Swords to Plowshare, Path to Exile. You know, we really don't care if they're going to gain a couple life, because we're going to get through with a bunch of damage. So go ahead and cast this on their guy, and you know, let them gain 2 or 3 life or 4 life. When we're punching them for 16 and 17 damage, it doesn't matter. Same thing with Path to Exile. You don't want to play this early game, because then they're going to get that land advantage. But if you play it late game, it's definitely a lot better, because the less likelihood that they're going to have basic land once it gets into the later game. The rest of the cards that I have are land cards. So 2 mountains, 1 plains, 3 fetch lands, 1 that searches both colors, Arid Mesa, and 1 of each, for 1 for red, 1 for white. So we can definitely get the land that we want. Command Tower, taps for both color mana. Rugged Prairie, it taps for colorless, or you can pay a red or a white to get any 2 colors in your color identity that you need. Mana Confluence, it does damage to you, but you're getting the mana colors. I don't really like it, but our deck is pretty mana intensive, and when we have when we need our colors, we need our colors. So you just kind of got to go with it. It's the same thing on why I run Battlefield Forge. It taps for a colorless, but if you need red or white, it does 1 damage to you. We have this Khans land. It enters the battlefield tapped. It also gains us 1 life, but it taps for either color. Temple, taps for red or white, enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters, we scry 1. Boros Guildgate, just a really bad card. It enters the battlefield tapped. There's no abilities. It taps for red or white. It gets us our colors, and that's all that matters. Then we have the Buddy Land, or Check Land as they're called sometimes. Clifftop Retreats, enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain or a plains, and taps for both our colors. Shockland, Sacred Foundry, Mountain Plains, pay 2 life to have it enter the battlefield untapped, tap for red or white. And then we have the original dual land, Plateau, island, or not island, plains mountain with no downside at all. So that's our other 49 cards. Let me know what you think. Like if you like this video, comment if you have questions, subscribe for more. I'll put a deck list, a link to the deck list in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.